They say podcasts are going to replace books. I don't know about that, but I do think TRS clips will assist your learning process. Om Dhumatkar, what's the meaning of Om?
So Om, firstly, let me clear two misunderstandings of what Om is. We, in casual conversation, say Om is a symbol. Om is not a symbol. Om is a mantra. Manaha trayate iti mantra in Sanskrit. That which helps you transcend the mind is a mantra.
Like a pole from a pole vaulting event.
Yeah. So you take the pole, run with it, get to the top, leave it and go to the other side. That function is performed by a mantra. So the mantra Om consists of three sounds. A, U and Ma. And even if we look at it, the writing of it in Sanskrit, the two, curves, that is the start of A, जो हम हिंदी में लिखते हैं ना, that is just the start of A. Joined to that is the matra which we normally associate with U, the sound U. And then on top, the Chandra and Bindu is So the correct way to pronounce Om is Om. And that is the mantra. That is the mantra that we are chanting. The meaning of Om, then as explained in the Mandukya Upanishad, is A stands for waking state, U stands for dream state, and M stands for deep sleep. So it's a discussion on consciousness that is observing all these three states. And then it says that these three states of wakefulness, dream, and deep sleep rise from somewhere and dissolve into something. That underlying reality from which they rise and into which they dissolve is a fourth state known as Turiya. And this is the complete sort of discussion within the Mandukya Upanishad.
What is Turiya?
Turiya. With a T, is the underlying reality from which everything manifests. So if we say, Ranveer wakes up, Ranveer does everything, Ranveer then goes to sleep, Ranveer has a dream, Ranveer has a period of deep sleep as well, and then the next day Ranveer wakes up. There's one constant in all of this, that is observing Ranveer from the point of waking up to the point of falling asleep, to the point of dreaming, to the point of waking up. Without that one underlying consciousness, or what we might call Atman, Ranveer doesn't exist. So that Turiya state is this underlying reality from which all states of waking, all states of dreaming, all states of deep sleep arise, and into which they ultimately merge. So we might say, in a very deep philosophical sense, Turiya is the ultimate reality. It might be Bhagavan, it could be Shiva, it could be whoever.
Would it be fair to say a way of looking at this is we are like a video game character and there's a controller controlling us, and that is Turiya?
You can see, the thing is, these are very deep philosophical concepts that are difficult to understand. But the reason I am talking about them is because as young Hindus, and this is something that I've taken with myself to the UK, and I've lived there for 17 years now. It's almost going to be half my life next year that I have lived these concepts, is that when we grow up as a Hindu, in our heart, we feel a draw towards this culture. In our heart as children, hum log jab mandir jate hai, we feel that we want to bow our head. We feel that there's a connect. We feel that this is real. But then as we grow up, it looks kind of weird. And it looks like people ask you questions also. What is this? There's a tree and you have put some sindoor on that tree and you're saying that is your Bhagwan and you're bowing down there. What is this? Your Bhagwan is on the road? People will ask you these. People will say, why are you cow worshippers? They'll say, why are you worshipping monkeys and elephants and all of that? Through the study of the scriptures, we realize just how deep our philosophy has gone. It has gone into the depths of what is it to be human. It has gone into the depths of, where does my waking state come from? What do I merge into? What is life? What is death? And in order to make that accessible, it has given it various forms that are basically created for my individual conditioning. This is the greatness of Hinduism. And that's why I talk about these concepts, so that young Hindus can understand that they are not just part of a random religion with a random set of stories, but all of these stories are connected to an individual reality, and that individual reality is accessible in our hearts. And we should be proud of being part of this religion, not because we are necessarily greater than anyone else, no, but because it is something with which we can break any and every limitation.
Let's speak a little bit more about Turiya though. What's down there? Or what's up there? Or is it directionless? Is it everywhere?
Any experience comes from something and merges into something. Underlying any experience is a reality. Any plant is born in soil, grows in soil, seeds the soil with its fruits and flowers, ultimately dies into the soil. That state, that soil, is the state of Turiya, from which everything emerges and everything then dissolves into. One way we can call Turiya in English is consciousness.
God?
Yes, of course. Ultimately, it is God. But God is a loaded word.
So
that
this
people
is
have.
one like aspect of God.
Yeah. See, when I say God, firstly, God is not a Sanskrit word. It is not a word that is indigenous to Vedic Sanatan Dharma. When we say God, it creates lots of different images in different people's minds. And the reality is it creates trauma in some people's minds because they've had traumatic experiences associated with the word God. So if we are saying Turiya, we're saying that there's an underlying reality to everything. That is a divine reality. That divine reality manifests itself as Bhagavan. In the unmanifest state, it is Brahman. In our hearts, it's Paramatma.
So when you perform an Om chanting based meditation, you just sit in one place and you just go Om.
Yeah.
That's the first kind of meditation I ever encountered in life. And it was incredible to begin there. You know, like, and this is when I ate lots of meat, drank lots of alcohol, smoked lots of weed. You know, like everything was on in my life at 22. And just introducing Om chanting into my life was a great first meditation experience. And every time I'd do it for 20 minutes or half an hour, it would put me definitely into a higher stage of consciousness. Like when I opened my eyes, colors were more saturated.
Yeah.
Life was slower.
Yeah.
You know, my mind was happier, etc. etc. Everything was nicer. What was actually happening on a metaphysical level? Was my consciousness connecting to the Turiya?
Yeah.
That's what was happening.
What ended up happening? Firstly, so you are connecting with a live wire.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are energized by it.
It's like touching a spoon to.
Yeah. You are energized by it. You are going close to a fire. You are going to experience heat. But actually, when we look at it, there is this Turiya state is inside all of us as Paramatma. It's around all of us as Brahman. What is preventing us experiencing it? What is preventing is that I believe that I am Om. As in this body, this person who works in banking in the UK. You believe that you are Ranveer. What ends up happening is in those moments of chanting, my identity as Om or my identity as Ranveer becomes less. It does not dissolve. It becomes less. And when it becomes less, I am able to experience the live wire energy of the underlying Turiya state or underlying divine reality in a more uninterrupted way. And that's why I come out of that meditation more energized.
Fair. Was it also the sound of the Big Bang?
See, in the New Testament, in the Bible, it is said, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. So yes, there are multiple different philosophies completely separate from Sanatan Hinduism who also believe that there was a sound and there was a vibration. And, you know, there was only the sound and vibration at the point of creation. So yes, in our scripture, the sound that first created from a potential energetic state to a kinetic and manifest energetic state, that blow out, the sound that process created was Om. And at that time, because there was nothing else apart from that sound and that process, that was the entirety. And still today, as the universe expands, it's Om, the concept, the sound, the energy, the vibration, whatever you want to call it, that alone is expanding.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the entire episode and also check out this playlist that we've curated just for you.